Hey, welcome back to the Man Cave. So we just returned from getting to see, excuse me, the Mandalorian and Grogu. We didn't film at the theater because our film theater is undergoing some renovations and there's not a lot of room. Um, but we had a blast. There's a lot of posters up there that took pictures of, but we weren't able to do any filming there. But and they had a mini Grogu that you could take pictures with, so we all did that. And they had swag. It was a $20 bucket that we got. There was a $40 bucket that we didn't get. And there was a $100 bucket that we were like, are you freaking kidding me? Because, yeah, it was cool, but $100, I don't think so.
And it was pretty small for popcorn
Yeah,
buckets also.
it was basically an AT-AT with Grogu hanging from it.
Mando
hanging from it. And you could turn on these buttons and it made it lit up and it made noise. But when they were like, this is $100, I was like, is it a remote control thing? And they're like, well, no. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way.
Yeah.
We spent $100 for 5 of us to go to the movies today.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I wanted to get on. There's been a lot of people talking about it. And right up front, we're going to say we might be a little spoilery, but we're not going to go through the whole movie and spoil everything. So,
why not?
No.
Okay.
No, that would be rude. I want people to watch this and say, oh yeah, that sounds like something I would enjoy, not spoil it for everyone. The first thing I want to say is the main criticism that I have heard about this movie, and I was trying not to watch stuff until we went anyway.
I have seen nothing.
The main criticism I have heard, and the fear that I had, was that this was going to feel like just an extended episode, or like, oh, it's going to feel like a TV season, because the story was everybody's, oh, it's just Mando season 4. No. The scope is much bigger. The scale is much bigger. You could feel like there was a lot more money invested in this than there would have been in a TV show. I'll give one example. Actually, I'll give 2 examples. The first one, there's a returning character, which most people know about by now. Zeb Orrelios from Rebels was in this. And it's a lot different than when we saw him in the Mando seasons. In the Mando seasons, it was like he was sitting in a chair, and it was like, oh, hey, there's a guy over there, and it happens to be Zeb. And they're actually able to use him as a character. And with the money that they put into it, you could see him develop more as a character than it ever would have. They wouldn't have been able to do that in a show.
It was very cool. I like how we got to see his thing.
Yeah.
His gun staff thing. I love that.
Even I think Rada was much more developed than he ever would have been on the TV show.
Yeah.
So it was impressive. The other character was this little swamp dweller guy. I really liked him. I hope they use him again later. I don't even know.
He was almost like crocodilian.
Okay.
Like a crocodile.
Okay. Yeah. It was just a cool thing. So I really enjoyed it a lot. I think it was definitely it was worth going to the movies to see. Star Wars is back, the first time in 7 years. This is the second Star Wars movie not to have lightsabers.
Okay, do you count the Darth Maul hologram in Solo?
I did not.
Then the third one.
What was the second one?
Rogue One. Oh, Rogue One.
Rogue One did.
Vader. And Vader had a hallway scene with Vader at the end.
And that hallway scene is what made that movie spectacular. It's why people still talk about it.
Because the movie's not that good.
No, don't say that. It's the best non-Lucasfilm movie.
It doesn't make any... It is Lucasfilm.
It's the best Disney Lucasfilm movie. After Lucas sold it, it's the best movie they've put out. Everything else has been kind of...
You sure?
Yes.
You put it over this one?
Yes. I still would put Rogue One over this one.
I gotta watch Rogue One again.
Rogue One helped to bridge the old and the new. It helped to it kept that fan service there. I will say, because where I'm going with this is, this is for newer fans, not necessarily older fans, and this is for people who like Baby Yoda, Grogu. You can see that there's a big pull there. I mean, that's where all the marketing and everything is. But I will say, we were there with my wife, my daughter, and my youngest son was there as well. All 5 of us were there, and the little 2 have not watched The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett as religiously as the 2 of us have. So for us, there were things in the movie that it was kind of fan service. You were like, oh, we know this and we know this and we recognize that. but the enjoyment factor was still there for people who weren't sure about all that stuff. You know, like I don't think your mom quite recognized Zeb from the cartoon that we watched 8 years ago.
Longer than that.
Okay, well, it had to be because we
10 at
named
least.
Ezra based off. We named
10.
Ezra. Okay, so whatever.
No, it was 11 probably.
All right, it was a long time ago. Is what I'm saying. Who cares? But she might not have recognized Zeb from there because he looks so different. She didn't remember that Rada the Hutt was Jabba's kid, but she
I don't
still
think she ever
was
watched
able,
any of those.
but she was still able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And just like the kids.
Yeah, they do tell you that kind of thing. They do say
Yeah,
like
I
he's
mean,
the
they
last
mention
heir,
it, it's
he's the
just-
only heir to Jabba stuff.
Right.
The one thing that I thought was weird is I don't know how do we want to talk about more the actual plot stuff of like the Hutts we're trying to do.
We can do a little. Yeah, sure.
I don't understand the whole thing of why they wanted. I still don't get what they were doing. They wanted Rada because if they killed Rada, then they'd be the heir to the Jabba's empire.
Yeah.
But then Jabba's empire is being controlled by Boba Fett right now anyway.
Right,
It's
but
not
now,
being controlled
now,
by the Hutts.
and I think that they would have a more legitimate claim. Well, and Jabba had more than just Tatooine. Jabba had some of the space lane stuff. Jabba was in the ruling class of Hutts. So when Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett decides he's going to be the daimyo of Tatooine, that's all he took. He didn't take all of Jabba's holdings and everything. The twins, after they came down and they fought him for this, and they were like, "Okay, we're out," but they kept everything. That was kind of sort of their peace agreement. They let him have Tatooine and they kept the rest of it. And I think what they're saying with this is, Rada could say he could claim to be one of the ruling house of the Hutts, so he should have a say in what happens or whatever.
And so they didn't kill all the Hutts. They just killed the twins.
The twins died.
The twins died. They didn't
There's still
kill
other
the other
Hutts out
Hutts,
there,
though.
right?
Because like when Man was coming in the first time, there's tons of Hutts in the palace, not just the twins.
Right, but
they didn't just kill the entire Hutt clan.
No,
they just killed the twins.
Well, and there were probably some of the other Hutts that were in there are dead too.
But not like
they were minor Huttlings or whatever.
Like the Hutt clan is still active. It's not. They're all dead except for Rada.
Yeah, and I don't know who all in the Hutt clan there is. That was a whole thing.
And Maul killed most of them back in the Clone Wars also.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. There was and there was that one Zero the Hutt, and I mean,
Zero got killed by the singer.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Hutts that they've brought up, but the last ones we saw alive doing anything were the twins in the Book of Boba Fett. Now they were here, and again in the Book of Boba Fett, they were almost background pieces that were affecting what was going on. In this one, they're actual characters, and I think again it's because they had the money for a movie. I enjoyed it. I think it was. I was very happy to be able to go and support Star Wars back on the big screen, and this was not disappointing. It might not have been the best of the things that I've seen, but it definitely wasn't disappointing. I didn't feel let down. I didn't feel like my expectations were too high. I didn't feel like they had to live up to anything or live down to anything or do any specific fan service. It was just a good movie. It was a story that was easily understood. You sit down, here's the story, and it was great. I mean, there was no having the background stuff. Like, there were different pieces, like their home on Navarro. The fact that they went to Navarro, I mean, we knew that because we watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
You saw his different ships. You saw that creature thing that he got from the Ugnut guy. We saw different pieces that were like, oh, here's something that we mentioned in the show, or we know that would hold.
I liked the Babu Frick species showing up. I thought they were
was
fun.
Pretty cool.
I think I'm trying to think like how I would put it in Star Wars movies. For me personally, I think I'd put it at 4 with the caveat that I don't remember. I've watched Rogue One once, like 10 years ago when it came out.
Okay.
So above this, I have Empire.
Well, yeah.
Revenge of the Sith, and A New Hope.
Oh, okay. I think Return of the Jedi is better than this. I think Clone Wars is better than this.
The Clone Wars movie, you think better than this?
Attack of the Clones, yeah.
Attack of the Clones, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was better than this. I did.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I had problems with parts of the trilogy, but I think that the trilogy overall is hard to break apart.
I put Phantom Menace above Attack of the Clones, though. I think Attack of the Clones is the worst of the three.
Okay. There is a lot more glaring errors in 2 than there was in 1. 2 is just less boring. There was a lot of 1.
I think one is helped by the Clone Wars series the most. Because the politics is what, like, this sucks. But then when you watch Clone Wars and it's all, like, you explore the politics, it's like,
right, but,
now watching the retroactively, that makes this, like, all, like, more interesting and
but
more engaged.
having the stuff with the Utapau and the clones and all of that stuff come out and be developed inside the Clone Wars, that strengthened too for me a lot.
I just
you
really
don't have an Attack of the Clones without the clones.
I just really love fictional politics a lot. Like, I love, like, in fantasy, but I just love,
but for me, the reason this is a standalone movie.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is, yes, there has been 3 seasons of The Mandalorian. Mandalorian, has shown up in different things. He was in the Book of Boba Fett with Grogu, so this is nowhere near the first appearance of them. But it felt like a standalone. You could just watch this and see their story today, and it was fine. You didn't have to have all those connection pieces. I'm glad I did, because I enjoy that kind of stuff. But like I said, there were plenty of people. There were little kids there. There's no way that they've seen all of this stuff.
This is it makes it more hopeful for the Filoniverse.
It does. Well, it also shows
was a sour note that.
But that's a TV show. That's
what I'm saying. The last of the Filoniverse was Ahsoka, which left a sour note taste.
All of the Filoniverse has been TV. This is the first time it's been on the big
I'm
screen.
saying Ahsoka is bad, and I was getting.
I don't want to go into that
sucks.
because I don't think that's true.
Well, you were adding on as if I was saying that, but we're saying different things.
I also think that people have been afraid that Star Wars isn't going to make it without being part of the Skywalker saga. This showed that you could have a Star Wars movie in the universe, 1 without lightsabers, 2 without Skywalkers. It was a decent movie, and it makes me much more hopeful for that. Is it Rogue? Is it Starfighter that's coming out with?
Yeah,
or Fighter or whatever it is, X Squadron. The movie coming out that's going to be again. I think it's part of this era.
I have literally no idea. I know Ryan Gosling's in it.
Right.
That is all I know.
And he's
a pilot. So, I know those 2 things, and I don't want to learn more until it comes out.
Right. So this era of Star Wars, I'm much more hopeful for. I hope it doesn't take another 7 years before they start developing movies again. I think this was a good choice. It shows that they
because they were on a streak. They did it every single year.
Yeah, and they weren't good.
I mean, also Rogue One.
Right, but I mean,
Solo.
The stuff for Solo wasn't. There was no way you can. There's very little of Solo that was enjoyable.
I agree. That's why I've watched it 1 time.
But the prequel trilogies and that era, I don't know. I don't care about that era at all. They have totally soured me on the First Order, and I don't care about Rey's
sequel
story.
era. Okay, so yeah. Okay. I thought you said prequel. That's why I was confused for a minute. No. Okay.
This shows that this era of Star Wars I can still mine for movies, not just television, and so that fills me with hope. Overall, I think this was I don't know if it's going to be the critical success that everybody needed, but I definitely felt good going to a Star Wars movie in a theater with my family, making it an event.
And I give it a solid 7 or 8. I think out of 10.
It didn't disappoint me at all. So, while I'm not calling it a critical success,
no, I think there are some drawbacks to it. Not horrible ones. Not any that are this sucks. I'm happy I went.
I've heard people say it's a movie, and they're like, it's a movie. I didn't feel that. I felt Star Wars is back in theaters, and there was exciting.
I thought it was very good. I liked it a lot.
There are better, there are worse, but it was good. I enjoyed it, and I recommend it. I think that I do appreciate that I saw this in theaters.
I wish some parts were longer, and I wish some parts were shorter.
When your sister kept
the pacing was a little bit.
Your sister was like, "Oh, it's too loud, it's too loud." I'm like, if we were home,
that's we're in a movie theater,
right? You're supposed to hear the sound reverberating off of things. That's part of the event.
If your ears are not ringing, then you're not listening correctly.
Right, and to see it on TV, you never would have got that.
Yeah, the
sound wouldn't have been the same. Some of the visual effects were so good because of how big and in your face they were.
Yeah.
Seeing movies reminds me how much I wish that we had an IMAX theater close to us so we could see it as in that kind of format, because I think that'd be really cool.
I would love an IMAX theater. That'd be awesome.
But I'm glad we were in the theater for it. It was a great way to spend my holiday. It was it's still the month of May, so we're still in the Star Wars era. It's 49 years old this year, and this was a good birthday present from them to us. So I thank you, Dave Filoni. I thank you,
Jon
Star
Favreau.
Wars and Jon Favreau and Disney. You did good this time. It went well. I've heard good things about what's going on with California. They're gonna start doing some of Star Wars Land is gonna go back to the OG trilogy, so they're gonna start paying attention to the stuff that was good and that fans liked. And I liked it, bringing back some of the stuff like you said. Your favorite character in this movie was Embo.
It wasn't my favorite character in the movie. I love Embo a lot. I wish he had more to do. I wish they gave him more. I wish.
Well, and they could.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen to him now. He's out.
Oh
there.
no, for sure. And I liked how it
His
was
bosses are dead. So
I like how you could see
again.
he was like, "This is a lost cause. I'm not gonna."
Yeah.
Oh,
save us, bounty
save
hunter.
us.
Yeah.
This is a lost cause. I'm not gonna get involved here.
Yeah. So, but it was.
I was really worried that they were gonna kill Embo, and I would have.
I really thought they were too.
If they had, I would have been disappointed.
But I think in a way they almost foreshadowed that when they have Mando talking about how violence is not the way. Violence is a last resort, and if you don't have to fight, we're not going to fight. So I thought that was cool. And they made sure that there was no reason for him to make sure that he died.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't want to spoil
yeah.
that, but yeah. So yeah, it was. There was some cool stuff happening there, and the bits of subplot and everything. I really liked it. And I also one of the favorite things that I saw in the movie was when Mando is starting to recognize Grogu as someone he's training, not just protecting. So I thought that was really cool because when he said first the old protect the young and then the young protect the old, this is the way. I was like, wow, so we're learning more about the Mando creed. So that was kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So one day Grogu's gonna have his own set of armor, possibly wear the helmet or a helmet, take the creed, and I assume that's far from now, but the one thing that I did find a little bit funny was how much they tried to make him Yoda-esque in this movie.
Yes, that was.
Swamp World. He gets his staff. He
sits and meditates on a log. Yeah.
So that was interesting because I think that
I did like the Force stuff they did with the Anuba.
But
Embo's dog.
Oh
is
yes.
Called an
Anuba. Yeah. When they showed him. Okay, I didn't know that was his name.
No, that's what the species is called.
Okay.
It's the Anuba wolf.
I didn't know that either.
Okay, you need to learn more.
I can enjoy it without knowing that stuff. But
you don't want to know random trivia about what Embo's dog species is?
Overall, I want to say this. This was a good movie. I'm glad we went. I recommend it to you if you're looking for, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Is it worth the money? Yes, it's worth the money. It is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Go and enjoy. If you've got a family, bring them along.
I'd watch it again.
I would watch it again, and I will own it. It is. I will definitely buy this movie.
I don't know if I would spend the money to go to theaters again, but if somebody were willing
said,
to, if someone was like, "Hey, you want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go to the movies again." If your friends
were like next weekend, "Hey, we're thinking about going to the movie. You want to tag?"
Yeah, I'd do it. I just don't want to. I wouldn't pay for it because I don't have the money for that anyway.
Yeah, it was good. So, again, thank you, Favreau and Filoni. You guys are good. This was one of the movies I was looking forward to for the summer, and it has not let me down. So hopefully I can keep my streak going.
Did Kathleen Kennedy out fully or no?
Her name was on the film.
But was that because it was made before she was
contractually obligated to be on the film? I don't think she's there anymore. She took early retirement, whatever she did.
So from now on, it won't say that.
I don't know. I don't know what her contract said on the way out.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it said that just because she was there when it was being produced still. And like things in the future now won't say her. There
were some interesting cameos in this movie, and it would be interesting if Sigourney Weaver's character, if that next Star Wars movie is in the same time frame, it'd be interesting to see if she is somehow connected to that. I couldn't tell exactly what the rank structure was, or if she's just in charge of this little base, or what.
Who is the other guy's name?
Which other guy?
The white guy with the white beard or whatever.
I don't know.
The pilot.
I know exactly who you mean.
The pilot who's been in the Mandalorian stuff before.
So Dave Filoni.
Yeah, Dave Filoni's there. That's not. Yeah, he's Trevor Wolf.
Did you also notice the oh god, the one who blows up the place is the dude from Jurassic World?
Then no.
Okay. Dr. Wu Wei.
Really?
Yeah, he was the guy in the green suit.
Did not.
I was like,
did not notice that.
Okay.
Did not notice that at all.
And we see, like, when they walk in the room, we see a couple of people. It almost looked like Sabine was in this movie, but I wasn't sure if that was the same actress.
I doubt it. I don't think she was.
All right.
If,
I was looking at
they wouldn't have done that without naming her.
When they had the ships parked, I was trying to see if the ghost was sitting in one of the ships, and it was.
I didn't see the ghost. And if they had, they would have. They would have.
I was just kind of hoping that we would see, because we saw Zeb. I would like to have seen some other callback to.
Would have been nice to see Chopper. What if we actually Chopper was Zeb? That would have been fun. But we don't know when this is relative to Ahsoka's show.
That is true. That is true.
We know this is post season 3.
Yes.
That's where I thought they were landing on Mandalore for a minute instead, not Navarro.
Oh,
when they were flying, once they got there, I realized
it when they were adding toward
when they broke through the atmosphere and it was like all like black. I'm like, this is Mandalore.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they were driving and I'm like, this is not Mandalore. Never mind.
Well, and that's interesting too because he's got a whole world to play with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you were calling the Filoniverse, and that they seem to be setting all that up. Like originally, I think the plan was this was going to be like a season 4, and then they were going to build to the movie, and the movie was going to be connecting all these pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't know.
What is that? Is it Heir to the Empire? No. When is the Thrawn stuff?
That
is that Heir to the Empire?
Something like that. Yeah.
Whatever that's called.
Shadows of Empire?
I don't know. Whatever.
There's a trilogy.
That story, whatever that is, that's what they were going to call the movie.
Well, they're only pulling parts of that stuff, though, not all of it. And,
yeah.
And now...
Which, I'll say again, even though we're probably not... Unless...
They haven't said if they're going to make that movie. They haven't greenlit anything.
Yeah.
There's that Star Pilot, whatever that thing's called with Ryan Gosling.
So the future Star Wars, it's
and
that
there's Maul season
2, and that's it.
That's all that's been announced for sure. And some of that stuff doesn't have release dates.
So we can almost guarantee there's gonna be something next May.
I thought that was when the Ryan Gosling's movie was gonna happen.
Oh, I don't know when release dates are coming out. There's got to be something big next May for 50th anniversary. So. There has to be.
But to wheel back to this, and so we're not going too long. Go. It was great. Enjoy the movie. Have some popcorn and just relax. Don't think about it. This is not one of those movies where you have to put in a whole bunch of thought. How does this connect to this or that? Because like I said, we didn't even know where all these connections are. We know that they're kind of there, but they're still spurless. And what it is, it's a small part of a big world. And I don't know how the big world connects to it yet or how this... And it doesn't necessarily matter because you can still enjoy the story without it.
I currently go through things of like... Timeline is also release order until told otherwise.
Okay.
Because that just is kind of easier for me
Except for this happens after Maul.
No.
Timeline and
this happens after Ahsoka.
Okay.
In my brain.
Okay.
That could then be... If that's then disproven, then I'd be gonna be like, okay, this was before Ahsoka. So this was after season 3. If that's disproven as, okay, this is before season 3, after Book of Boba Fett, or whatever.
Well, it's definitely after season 3.
Does it have to be?
I think it does.
When does he get the pauldron chest thing?
Near the end of season 3.
That's season 3, not season 2?
Right. Season 2, or...
Wait, no, the paint thing, that's season 3. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to go season 3.
Okay. Anyway, go.
It was very good. You should go to the movies.
Enjoy it. I'm sure you will. So, until then, until we see you guys next, or, put a comment in there. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff that they tell you to do. I forget. But
all the buttons.
Right?
For this,
you know what?
All the buttons that are down there.
There's a question. What was your favorite Star Wars movie? Or what was your favorite Star Wars
What's your favorite Star Wars project?
Okay.
And
does that include video games?
That includes... Okay. What is your favorite canon Star Wars project? So include video games, books, comics, shows, movies, whatever. And then also tell us why.
And then give us your least favorite.
And then give us least favorite and do the same reason. Same thing.
The Acolyte was my least favorite.
But why?
Because it totally breaks a bunch of stuff. Brings up Force dyads way back in the High Republic days. The dude's standing there. He's like, I don't know which one to save. Because he can't lift them both up.
Here's mine. I haven't watched Acolyte.
Oh, God.
I already feel like, for me personally, because Last Jedi is bad, right? Like, sequel trilogy is bad.
Last Jedi was not good.
But for me, with what I watched, Ahsoka is worse because it ruins characters that were good before.
See, they made one screw up, but they're trying to make
No.
They
ruined Ahsoka's entire character. We're not getting this.
Yeah, we're not.
There was more than one. We're not. Nope. Moving on.
Okay. Anyway, Tell us what you think in the comments below. And have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.